am so grateful to serve as your superintendent and to serve our school community. We're going to continue leading to, thank you. Thanks. We are going to continue to work collaboratively to advance our vision, and I'm excited about the messages we have for you today from a variety of our colleagues. Thank you for the work you do in preparing to launch the school year, not only to launch it, but to really set yourself up for success, to sustain that intensity and focus and purpose throughout the year. I appreciate you and your collective efforts. We are a great team, and if we continue to function as a team, we will absolutely live into our goals. Speaking of a great team, we have several members of the Board of Education with us today, and I am just really pleased to introduce them to you. I appreciate the board for a lot of reasons. Among those are because they are committed to leading with respect, trust, and courage, which is that leading line of our vision statement, and because they also view themselves as part of our larger team and they're committed to our success. I'll ask the board members who are all down here in the front, and I'll say they were the last group to actually take their seat. So we might need some teacher action down here. When I introduce you, please stand. President Phil Rausch. Vice President Scott McFarland is not yet with us this morning. He might pop in a little bit later. Secretary John Hatfield. Treasurer John Lauderbach. Trustee Ann Horowitz. Trustee Jennifer Ringgold. And Trustee Brad Blasy, who couldn't be with us here today. At this time, I'd ask you to help me welcome Phil Rausch to the stage to share a few words with us.
I will note that the board did sit in the front row, and for the teachers in the room, you can't blame your students for not sitting in the front row. But thank you, Penny, for the introduction. Again, my name is Phil Rausch. I have the privilege of serving as your board member and have the privilege of serving as the president of the board for the greater school community. On behalf of my fellow board members, please allow me to thank you for serving our students, because without each and every one of you, we would not be the amazing district that we are today. As we launch into our kickoff morning, I want to start by thanking our staff that have put in extra effort this summer to get our district ready for the new year. As you return to your buildings, you will see that our facilities team have overseen construction upgrades, extensive maintenance, and deep cleaning. Our IT team has been getting computers, servers, and new fiber connections run so that we are even better connected than before. Our grounds and trades teams have been working to beautify our buildings for the first day of school, and many of our coaches and band directors are already working with students to prepare for the fall season. Please allow me momentarily to discuss the role of the board at MPS. If you look at our board, 4 of us are MPS graduates. Some of us are second-generation MPS graduates, currently the parents of third-generation students. Legacy is important, and that legacy is one of excellence built by extremely dedicated and exceptional teachers, support staff, and administration. The board's role is to work with the administration and the community to set long-term vision for the district, expectations for success, and appropriately advocating for resources to achieve the desired outcomes. If you have had the opportunity to watch our meetings for the past few years, I think that you will find we have diligently worked to set up a compelling vision for the community that appreciates our legacy of success. However, it sets up the conditions that we may springboard into the next decade together. We will continue to work together to ensure an equitable, collaborative, and inclusive culture where every single one of our students is able to achieve success together. On behalf of the board, welcome to the 2024-25 school year. Thank you.
I echo Phil's gratitude for all of you, all of our team members who have been working hard this summer to make sure that our school year is launched successfully. We do live in a community that truly values education. I think we know it and feel it every day. We have several key community partnerships that are shining examples of this, and our partnership with the Roland M. Gerstacker Foundation is one of those. The Gerstacker Foundation each year, for many years, has sponsored the Gerstacker Teacher Excellence Award, the Distinguished Service Award, and they are very excited this year to give us a new opportunity to recognize an administrator who's inspiring excellence. So we actually have 3 awards now sponsored by that amazing organization. And while Lisa Gerstacker or Bill Schutte couldn't be with us today, they do send their best on behalf of the Gerstacker Foundation. So as typical, we are going to launch into our program with celebration. And I see some of our previous winners here with us today. The Distinguished Service Award is the first award that we give today. The MPS Board of Education established this award in 2002 because they understood the valuable contributions of every single member of our team, particularly the support staff who work to make sure that everything is ready to go for the school year and again, sustained throughout the year. A quality educational system can only occur when every member of the team works together in service to our students and families. Each year, deserving members of our team are honored for their distinguished service. Let's take a look at the previous year's winners. There are some real legends up there. I invite you to please stand if your name is on this screen. You were able to look around and be inspired by those folks. I encourage you over the course of this year to reach out to one of them. I bet there's something that you can learn from them. So let's get started with this award. Team, these are amazing members of our organization who give their heart and soul every day toward excellence in what they do. Please help me welcome Brian Brutin to give our first award.
Good morning, MPS team, and welcome to the 24-25 school year. As Penny said, my name is Brian Brutin. I am proud and honored to serve as the Assistant Superintendent of the Midland Public Schools, and I'm also honored to be able to announce a Distinguished Service Award this morning. It's relevant to note that I was lucky enough to present a DSA award last year to J.R. Borneman. In that speech, I spoke that one of the very special things about these awards is that they often highlight individuals that work behind the scenes to ensure that our students, our staff, our stakeholders, that they receive the quality experiences that MPS is known to deliver. They hardly ever get the spotlight, nor do they want it, but in this case, this recipient is going to have their moment of recognition for the next few minutes, whether they like it or not. I repeat, the or not. To measure success in her role can be defined in many ways. To most folks, it means that our paychecks hit our accounts on Thursday so we can see it, not Friday. For other folks, it means that their benefits get updated quickly when a life change happens. Mileage gets reimbursed. We can order things that we need, and the bills get paid, the lights are on, the AC is cool. MPS team, there's so much more that you don't see. What you don't see are the extra hours, the nights, the weekends that she devotes beyond traditional boundaries to ensure that these things happen, to ensure that the district's audits are clean, to ensure that we are utilizing and investing our dollars wisely so that funds are available for all you to keep doing the amazing things that you do every day. While not widely known beyond the administration center, the Midland Public Schools has the first audit in the state every single year. In late June, early July, many of you all are enjoying vacations, getting rest, family time, rejuvenating yourself for the upcoming school year. One of these years, though, during that time, perhaps on your way to catch a Loons game, drive past the administration center, and I assure you that you will see the lights on deep into the evening in the business wing as she leads our team to ensure that our books are in order and that we maintain a solid financial standing. Every year, the task grows more daunting as our budget has now surpassed $100 million. Each year, without fail, we get a clean audit, no findings, and accolades from our auditing firm. This is nothing short of amazing. Beyond this work is a woman who loves her family deeply. Somehow she finds the time to support her daughters and their life adventures despite her enormous work responsibilities. Whether it's helping her daughter move homes in Grand Rapids area or traveling to support her other daughters' championship caliber Labradors across the state as they seek awards in shed hunting competitions, her dedication to their success is contagious, reflecting the high character that we all know. MPS colleagues, we are lucky and we are blessed to have a person so dedicated to ensuring that our students, staff, and stakeholders are well taken care of. Her work impacts every single one of you daily, and it's well past time that we all said, thank you. Please help me in congratulating the 2024 Distinguished Service Award recipient, Ms. Lori Holderby. Please welcome Ms. Leslie Goldhart to the stage.
Thank you all for once again recognizing a transportation employee for their outstanding service, and a special thank you to the coworker and parent of a student who nominated this recipient. I have had the privilege to know this person since I began my career with MPS in 2002. At that time, I was drawn to this person because of her soft-spoken, calm nature and how she interacted with the students on the bus. Fast forward to 2014, as I began my office career and took over the Special Needs Department in Transportation. I have been on the receiving end of positive feedback from this person's coworkers, parents, and other building staff members regarding her professionalism, friendliness, and her calm demeanor with her students. This was a blessing for us because I knew that I could put more difficult personalities on her bus and she could handle it. This person has a special gift working with special needs students. Her patience and kindness is unprecedented. Whether it is getting down on the ground, eye to eye, to help calm a student, being a team player and problem solve issues with her para Shirley, helping a parent in a blizzard to get her son Noah and his wheelchair to their home, or being the wheelchair trainer for our drivers and paras. Angela Kubecka is our girl. Congratulations, Angela, on your much-deserved award, and thanks for being you. Please welcome Tila Sherman to present our next award.
Good morning, MPS family. I just looked at my watch and checked my heart rate, and it was at 107, which is a little high, because I think we really want to do a good job at celebrating the work that these folks do. So it's a little nerve-wracking. So thanks for that, Penny. Okay. As you know, the role of a paraprofessional requires a great deal of patience, flexibility, and dedication. They must be able to adapt quickly, provide individualized support, and collaborate closely with teachers to ensure that all students can succeed. The behind-the-scenes work, the care they provide our students, the support they consistently give to our teachers and administrators is not celebrated as often as it should be. Because of this, on behalf of all administration and teachers, I would like to recognize and celebrate all of the MPS paraprofessionals we have the pleasure to work with. If you serve in a paraprofessional role, will you please stand at this time to be recognized and celebrated? Thank you for all that you do. Today I have the distinct honor of celebrating and recognize one of my fellow chemics. This paraprofessional has served in the MPS community since 2005. She has worked at both Plymouth and Midland High School. Since joining the staff of Midland High School in 2008, this paraprofessional is a true representation of chemic pride. As demonstrated during the Midland Dow Week, chemics, you know what I'm talking about. Picture this, silver foil wig, or like blue and silver foil wig, a tutu, blue tights, a sequins bodysuit of golden blue. You all know what I'm talking about. It doesn't look comfortable whatsoever. Everybody know who I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Currently, Karen serves as the Chromebook Technology Specialist at Midland High School. In her current role, Karen has overseen the distribution, collecting, and frequently maintaining more than 1,200 student Chromebooks. In addition, she supports our entire staff when they are in need of any type of technical assistance, all the time. Here are just a few things her colleagues have said about Karen. For the last several years, Karen has been our unofficial Chromebook queen. Not only does she provide teachers with an unparalleled level of support, she also goes out of her way to make sure students are supported with their Chromebook needs. She makes me feel supported, helped, heard, a feeling of friendship, and valued. This year, Karen started what she calls Tuesday Tech Tips, with resources and strategies to help teachers fix issues, access resources, and use materials to enhance our curriculum. As a paraprofessional and avid chemic, she has shown time and time again her commitment to the building, the students, staff, and chemic pride. Will you please help me recognize this year's very deserving Distinguished Service Award from Midland High School, Miss Karen Welser.
I do have blue hair.
Please help me welcome to the stage Dow High Assistant Principal, Mr. Matt Murphy.
I was hoping to go first, not last. Like Tila, my heart rate is about, well, more than 107 right now. So, good morning, Midland Public School staff, and welcome back for the 24-25 school year. For the second year in a row, I get the privilege to present a Distinguished Service Award, and I am once again grateful for the opportunity to present this award to our H.H. Dow High School winner. I was hoping this would be pre-recorded like last year. So in the instance that I screw up in the middle of what I want to say, I can mutter words I've recently learned from the Deadpool franchise movies and just start over again. So I apologize in advance if I fumble and say some words or phrases that might be new to your vocabulary. Someone can explain to you what they mean later. Our Distinguished Service Award winner can be described in many ways. I like adjectives. I'll keep the appropriate ones here. Committed. Supportive, dedicated, enthusiastic, knowledgeable, a problem solver are just a few of the things nominees have said about this award winner. This individual has a dedicated and obvious love for Dow High School, its students, and is often seen supporting them in their extracurricular endeavors and praising them for their individual efforts. Another staff member said this winner has drive and is never afraid to tackle a new task and has helped me tremendously. Another said this recipient fields questions and calls from everyone about a whole range of things and actively seeks answers to those questions. Additionally, someone said this person will jump in where needed, whether that's to cover the front door or a classroom, while we all actively look for emergency sub-coverages that happen. Further, this DSA winner manages to maintain a smile almost all of the time in what can be a high-stress environment. This person develops rapport with students, many of whom come to them specifically for support and guidance. I think everyone who interacts with and knows this winner knows exactly when this person has arrived in the morning as well. Back to adjectives. Energetic might be another adjective we use to describe this winner. Or loud. That works too. And she sure seems to like me a whole lot better when I'm the funny version of myself. Because she really doesn't like it when I'm in work mode. At this point, she knows who she is. So without any further ado, Malissa Wagner. Congratulations on your Distinguished Service Award from all of us at Dow High School. We appreciate you greatly. Please don't hurt me.
just have all 4 of our DSA members just stand up one more time, give a wave to the crowd. Okay, I'll invite you all and your families to just exit on either side to the back lobby. Sarah's going to take some photos, and you can be all ruckus out there. Well, that was fun. We're going to do this again now. You were fun. It was fun. I mean, we didn't expect you to, like, talk back, but thank you. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. All right, we're going to do this again with our Gerstacker Excellence in Teaching Awards. We're going to do the exact same thing. Let's take a minute to look at the former winners, and if you are in the crowd, please stand. For the rest of us, I hope you spotted one, because these folks have a lot of knowledge and experience and skill, and again, I encourage you to make a connection with one of them this year. I'm pretty sure you can learn something from them. All right, here we go. Another layer of inspiration, and to kick us off, I am so excited to welcome our MCEA president and our colleague. You know him, you love him, Mark Hackbarth.
Good morning. For those who may not know me, or love me apparently, I'm Mark Hackbarth, Jefferson teacher and president of the Midland City Education Association. So each year, as we know, brings many changes: new curriculum, new job assignments, maybe a new principal, assistant principal, downtown administrators. And this year, the addition of almost 30 new hires to the MPS family. But one constant for the past 68 years, believe it or not, that's more years than I've been alive, may not look that way, but is the Gerstacker Excellence in Teaching Award that's given each year to 4 amazing educators. The Gerstacker Excellence in Teaching Award, which is sponsored by the Carl and Esther Gerstacker Donor Advised Fund, began in 1956 and is widely recognized in our community as the most prestigious honor given to a professional educator. Near the end of last school year, nominations were collected from parents, educators, fellow educators, and students. Over the summer, the Gerstacker Committee met to select this year's winners. I'd like to take a moment to thank the Gerstacker family for their continued support, without which this award would not be possible. I would also like to thank the Gerstacker Award Committee, Board of Education member John Lauderbach, MPS Administrator Jen Service, the 2023 award recipient, one of them, Connie Steger, and the MCEA Professional Standards Chair, Amy Guzman. A special thank you also to Amy, who spends many hours organizing the whole awards process, and Executive Secretary Sarah Dooley for the behind-the-scenes work that helps to make it all possible. It's now time to reveal the first of this year's Gerstacker Excellence in Teaching Award winners. We'll begin with the introduction of the first recipient, and I believe that's Mr. Paul Schroll gets to do the introduction.
Not gonna lie, kind of nervous. Last time I cried. Not this time. And I need these now. Morning, everyone. Yeah, it's a great day. I always love the energy that I feel in this event, don't you? My name is Paul Schroll, as Mark said. Thank you very much for the nice introduction. And I have the honor of representing Siebert Elementary School and to recognize a Gerstacker Excellence in Teaching awardee. First, I'd like to thank the Carl Nestor Gerstacker Donor Advice Fund and the Midland Area Community Foundation for their support to recognize outstanding educators for Midland Public Schools. They've done it, as Mark said, since 1956. Pretty amazing. Not only am I really, really nervous, I'm really excited. I collected all of the stuff, all of the things that were said, and I timed it. It was like 12 minutes. I was told, you don't have 12 minutes. I want 4 more. Thank you, Penny. I wanted to share every word of appreciation and affirmation from the parents, the coworkers, but again, I was asked to keep my comments relatively brief, so I loaded everything into the AI tool, Gemini, you know, the AI tool. And I asked Gemini, I said, summarize all the information that I have input, that I had collected on this bulldog, and Gemini provided me the results. 1 sentence. This is the best teacher ever. This AI stuff's pretty cool. Now, I could stop there, but I've got some more to say because I do have some comments from colleagues, and I'm going to share those. From her colleagues, she's described as an exemplary educator, dedicated and compassionate. The teacher creates a positive and inclusive learning environment, highly respected by her colleagues, students, and parents alike. I've observed this. Here are some other key qualities and accomplishments. Strong character. Exhibits the school's core values of safety, respect, and responsibility. I love that. Dedicated. She goes above and beyond, mentoring new teachers, tutoring students, leading school initiatives, and serving on various committees. You can see why the AI tool said best teacher ever. Student-centered. Creates a welcoming and supportive classroom atmosphere focusing on individual student needs. Collaborative. She builds positive relationships with coworkers and is always willing to help. And last but not least, positive attitude. Maintains an optimistic outlook, inspires others, makes it a great day to be a bulldog. This bulldog is special in many ways. This bulldog puts the U in bulldog. This bulldog makes it a great day every day. This bulldog is a Gerstacker Excellence in Education Award winner. On behalf of the entire Bulldog family, thank you for your tireless dedication and congratulations on this well-deserved honor. Your passion for education is contagious. I just locked eyes. And your ability to inspire and empower those around you is nothing short of remarkable. This bulldog is Melissa Grunder. All right, at this time, I have the pleasure of introducing Margaret Doan, principal at Plymouth Elementary.
All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Margaret Doan, as Paul said, and I'm the principal at Plymouth Elementary. I'm honored to be up here speaking and honoring one of Plymouth's exceptional educators today. This teacher has dedicated over 20 years to the field of education. This teacher has a Bachelor's of Science degree in elementary education and a Master's of Education in Curriculum and Instruction. She joined the MPS team in 2021 as a teacher at Plymouth Elementary. I remember when this teacher was hired, the HR director called me and said, "Margaret, we've got the perfect fit for your first grade opening. She's a master at teaching reading, and she's going to be a leader in your school." That director couldn't have been more accurate, as this person is exactly that. The teacher's commitment to students and her craft is evident in every aspect of her work. One of this teacher's standout qualities is her use of data to inform her daily decisions, ensuring that each choice she makes is grounded in evidence and aimed at enhancing student outcomes. Her dedication to differentiation means that she tailors her approach to meet the diverse needs of all of her students, and her success in boosting academic achievement, particularly among high-achieving students, is truly commendable. A Plymouth parent that spent time volunteering in the classroom said, "This teacher has an incredible ability to teach to a wide range of abilities in the classroom. This year, I've seen her challenge and grow high-achieving students and simultaneously lift students needing quite a bit of support." Another strength of this teacher is the ability to make all students feel a sense of belonging. This teacher starts the school year emphasizing that the classroom is a family. This teacher spends time teaching and reteaching classroom norms and routines so that each student can succeed. She highlights the strengths that each student contributes to the classroom naturally, and I often hear students sharing about outside of school events with her. One parent noted, "This teacher handles some of the tricky student dynamics with incredible grace. For example, while learning about each other's families in class, the message was very much, 'How cool that we all have different people in our lives.'" Another example of how this teacher makes all students feel valued was also observed by a parent volunteer when during the holidays, the elf on the shelf appeared in some homes, but not all homes. And Santa brought essentials to some homes and PlayStations to others. This teacher celebrated each family's traditions and made the classroom a calm, happy place with phrases like, "It's so much fun hearing what each other do this time of year, and it's cool how we all celebrate differently." The classroom feels like a safe haven, no matter what home may look or feel like. Beyond her classroom, this teacher has made significant contributions to our school community. She served on the MyKIP school team, demonstrating her commitment to continuous improvement and collaboration. Additionally, she mentors 2 newer teachers, sharing her wealth of knowledge and experience to guide and support the next generation of educators. Erica Hallock's goal is to provide an inclusive and effective learning environment for every student in her classroom and every colleague in our building. Her efforts have not gone unnoticed. She embodies the qualities of an outstanding educator: dedication, innovation, and a deep care for her students' growth and well-being. Erica, your passion for teaching and your unwavering commitment to excellence inspires all of us. We are grateful for the positive impact you have made on our school and on our students. Congratulations on winning the Gerstacker Award for Excellence in Teaching. And next up, please help me welcome Shannon Blasy.
Ooh, the moment is here. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm Shannon Blasy, the proud principal of Jefferson Middle School, and I want to extend my gratitude to the Gerstacker family for making the Gerstacker Excellence in Teaching Award available for our amazing teachers. Today, we gather to honor an individual whose dedication and innovation have profoundly impacted the field of education. Let me share a few clues about this remarkable educator and the impressive journey that led to their recognition. This individual pursued a Bachelor's of Science in Biological Science at Michigan Tech and went on to earn a Master's of Science in Biology at Central Michigan University. With such a solid academic foundation, it's no surprise they've achieved remarkable success in their teaching career. Our awardee began their impactful career in education back in 1994, and since then, they have consistently demonstrated an unwavering commitment to their students and community. This teacher began their career at Northeast Middle School, then pivoted to Jefferson in 2013. This educator has been a cornerstone in shaping young minds. Over the years, they have made significant contributions to the classroom, particularly in the fields of science and biology. Their influence extends beyond the classroom, as this educator has been a dynamic force in community engagement, yearly involving over 40 community mentors and 35 volunteers from various fields, ranging from board members and scientists to leaders from the Midland Chamber of Commerce. She brings the community to her classroom. Her dedication to connecting students with real-world experiences is truly noteworthy. This Gerstacker winner also puts in an incredible amount of extra hours of their own time dedicated to students, staff, organizing clubs, and community activities. Among their many initiatives, one standout project involved a rocket program that links students with a NASA expert, sparking curiosity and excitement about science. Also, since 2021, students from Jefferson Middle School simulated the International Space Station plant growing conditions to grow radishes and investigated how light-emitted diode LED grow lights affect plant growth. Furthermore, they have led outreach programs for the Society of Women Engineers, securing $36,000 for a significant three-day girls engineering event in the Great Lakes Bay region. This Gerstacker winner is an incredible advocate for women in science and helps young girls involved. A colleague described our teacher as, quote, "one of the most tireless, impactful educators that I know. I have taught with this teacher for the past 8 years, and I have seen the professionalism that she brings to the job, as well as the impact she has on her students. This teacher is always trying to find new ways to make her class more active and have her students be like scientists. She looks for activities and resources online and attends conferences during her own time. She even attended a space camp in Texas last summer. And she always shares these ideas and resources with her colleagues. The passion and interest that she has for science is palpable, and the students feed off it. She especially makes a difference with her female students, where she serves as a positive role model for STEM. Christine is always encouraging her students to consider STEM careers," unquote. Christine also led the Jefferson UB the Chemist team to second place in the nation this year. Yeah. And we are so very proud of Christine and the team. Christine's unwavering commitment to education, her innovative projects, and her dedication to nurturing the next generation of scientists and engineers make her a truly deserving recipient of this prestigious award. Please join me in congratulating Christine Brillhart, our Gerstacker Excellence in Teaching Award winner. Next, I'd like to welcome Mr. Scott Cochran for the next award.
All right, good morning. I know I'm here to talk about our Dow High winner, and I'm proud to do that, but I gotta say, Christine Brillhart, my goodness. She did a great job with our daughter, who's now starting to launch her STEM career. A lot of it goes back to her. Amen. So, good morning. My name is Scott Cochran, principal at H.H. Dow High School, and it is my honor and privilege to introduce our winner of the Gerstacker Award for Excellence in Secondary Teaching. Teachers are the true heroes, and I love that we take time to reflect on and highlight the many wonderful teachers in our district. So first, let's take a moment to thank the Gerstacker family for their continued support of our teachers and this award. To the Gerstacker family, thank you. Engaging, committed, reflective, passionate, efficient, caring, knowledgeable, insightful. Our Gerstacker winner exhibits these traits in school every day. An excellent teacher recognizes that in this work, we are teaching about a subject while teaching students. We're subject experts, but we're leading children, and that is where we make the biggest difference. This teacher is certainly a subject expert. They have mastered the curriculum content and understand how to communicate it to their students. In fact, a former student observed that this teacher's teaching style was very fast-paced. Students retain as much information as humanly possible in 1 hour. All right. An observer noted that the teacher created the context for the material being covered. Class is not a succession of historical facts, but rather a collection of ideas and concepts that mesh into an overarching series of themes that help students of all ability levels master the material. Nice. And also understand why it matters. This is no easy task, and it's especially well carried out by the teacher. I've certainly observed that myself. All of that is good, but there's more. Another observer said that students respond to this teacher well. They strive to meet her expectations. This teacher has an energetic and compassionate approach with students. Another common theme, the compassion. And the most remarkable thing is how students respond to this teacher. They assume her vitality and quest for learning. All right, that's even better. You know, transitions in life can be challenging. And this teacher is incredibly important to our school community because she helps students in their transition to high school, teaching how to organize, communicate, manage time, while also, according to her former students, making it clear that she is there for students and attentive to their mental and physical health. Students go to her as a resource when they're struggling, and that's the ultimate compliment. This teacher joined the Dow High Social Studies Department after her college graduation, teaching global studies and humanities. She has taught a variety of classes over the years, often working with our 9th graders as they started high school, and in recent years, she's overseen the development of our student leadership classes, resulting in an expansion and a growth in that program. That's really important to her, right? Yeah. So who is this teacher? Well, she graduated from Marquette High School, where she was on the honor roll, in the German club, Ms. Falvey, just so you know. She played varsity basketball, softball, and soccer, so we know she's really cool. She continued her education at her hometown college, captaining the soccer team at Northern Michigan University. As she earned her bachelor's in education, her teaching cert in secondary social studies and English. And after joining MPS, she continued her education, earning her master's from Central Michigan University. Fire up Chips. Amen. She's been a key member of the social studies department since she was hired. In fact, after her first year teaching at Dow High School, Edward Strom, the social studies department head, wrote, "Midland Public Schools and Dow High School are lucky to have Kim Outinen as part of our staff. Kim has been and will be an excellent addition to Dow High." Well, those words are just as true today as they were the day they were written. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating our winner of the Gerstacker Award in Teaching Excellence, Kim Outinen. Kim, congratulations.
Shannon, come on up. We have one more special Gerstacker, and I have some things to say after this. You try to keep a secret, it just doesn't always work. Shannon, welcome.
You thought we were done, but we're not. This is a good day. All right. I have the honor of sharing a very special surprise today. Today we come together to honor a truly exceptional individual whose dedication to education has set a remarkable standard. Allow me to reveal, piece by piece, in Gerstacker fashion, the achievements and qualities of yet another esteemed Gerstacker Excellence in Teaching Award winner. Our awardee's journey began with a profound passion for teaching, sparked by experiences working with children at a local day camp. In 1991, they articulated a belief that teaching is one of the noblest professions, driven by a desire to positively influence young lives and embrace the daily challenges and opportunities that education presents. In pursuit of excellence, our awardee demonstrated remarkable academic and professional dedication. While working full-time and commuting, they graduated as valedictorian from Central Michigan University, achieving a perfect 4.0 GPA. Balancing full-time studies with a demanding work schedule, this Gerstacker winner exemplified extraordinary commitment to their education and future career. His teaching career began at Woodcrest Elementary, where he taught 4th and 6th grades and also made significant contributions as a coach for the girls' basketball team. His journey continued at Jefferson, where he took on leadership roles as an MEA representative and later the MEA president. It is with great honor that we present the Gerstacker Excellence in Teaching Award to someone who has consistently demonstrated exceptional dedication, innovation, and leadership in education. Mark has worked alongside of students. Mark has worked alongside of students and staff. Oh, you come on out. Yes, come on out. Come say hi. Start the hugs. Start the hugs. So Mark has worked alongside of students, staff, and administrators with integrity, care, and kindness. Staff and students describe him as calm, patient, knowledgeable, and friendly. He is truly a team player and a leader embodied in one. Mark's dedication extends beyond the classroom. He has been actively involved in community and educational initiatives, receiving recognition as a Shining Star in 2015. His leadership and commitment to supporting educational programs have been exemplary. His early adopter attitude and co-learning with his peers so that he may understand how new programs affect the teaching staff and our students is to be commended. Mark's positive influence and commitment to integrating new instructional technologies were highly praised, making a significant impact on both students and colleagues. Please join me in celebrating Mr. Mark Hackbarth, our Gerstacker Excellence in Teaching Award winner.
Let's have all our Gerstacker Award winners stand up from where you are and give the crowd a wave, and we're going to applaud you one more time. You should know that surprising Mark with this award was not easy. And then I totally flubbed it when we came out to give the first award, and I directed him to the wrong end of the table where he saw his name on the award. But so I need you to know that every time we were over in the corner, I had to keep him from bailing out that door. But really, you should know, and friends, please make your way to the back, and you'll have some photos out there. You should know that this was not easy because Mark is not only on the selection committee, but typically included in all of the communications related to this award. He's been nominated multiple years and always withdraws his name when it comes time for that committee to meet. And this was the year, with a little bit of craftiness by our board member representative on that team, that we could make this happen. So congratulations, Mark, and to all our Gerstacker winners. The next award is the Inspiring Excellence Award, the Administrator Inspiring Excellence Award, and I would love to have Ann Horowitz join me to present this award. The Administrator Inspiring Excellence Award recognizes one of our administrators for being exceptional in their work. They provide service to their students, their teachers, their staff, and the entire school community, and they really embody our vision statement. This year's winner has done all of that and so much more. One of the nominations for this person highlighted how our winner leads with respect, trust, and courage, and they stated that this person gives tirelessly to our school to make it an exceptional place to work, an exceptional place for students to learn, and where families can feel supported and connected. They strategize and develop actions to ensure that everyone feels a sense of belonging, has a voice in their school, and are cared about deeply. They care about our culture and are intentional about how staff collaborate. Our winner received their teaching degree from CMU and their master's in administration from SVSU. They joined our team here in Midland as a teacher, where they quickly developed a reputation for creating meaningful and engaging lessons that ensured every student grew, learned, and excelled in their classroom. They then moved into administration, first as an assistant principal, now they serve as a principal. In those roles, they've worked to strengthen community partnerships, a theme that we've heard throughout our winners today. These partnerships included Community Alliance for Youth, the Midland Peer-to-Peer Suicide Prevention Committee, our RISE MPS Resiliency Initiative, DHHS, and so many others, all in service to students, families, and staff. They never stop exploring the possibilities to continually improve their school. This person is all in on creating inclusive learning environments that will promote deep and meaningful learning, particularly for our most vulnerable learners. They're known as an open-minded leader who seeks to understand the perspectives of others and works collaboratively to make great things happen. Their commitment to literacy education is particularly noteworthy. They hold staff and students to high expectations because they genuinely believe in their potential. They lean into the hard conversations with empathy and clarity. Because they're such an exceptional leader, they were honored as a Gerstacker Fellow through the SVSU program, and despite all of those accolades, they remain humble and hungry to keep serving and learning and leading their team. This person is highly organized. And they need to be, because there are so many things happening at their school. And seriously, let's all acknowledge there's nothing like a good label maker. There's nothing like a consistent font structure for your documents. And there is nothing more beautiful than a highly organized supply closet. Am I right? Like many of us, she uses a series of sticky notes to organize her to-do list, and there's no doubt that one of those sticky notes that's just always there is to care for her people. Other sticky notes might include reminders to finish the newsletter because clear and transparent communication is valuable, and all the information you need was in the newsletter. Did you read it? You might see a sticky note to pick up the phone and call a parent because direct communication is a relationship and trust builder. And this person works so hard to develop positive, productive relationships with parents and families. In fact, there's probably a sticky note to plan the next family engagement activity because there are lots of family engagement activities at the park. On a personal level, there's probably a sticky note to schedule a run with a friend, to pick up one of those fancy cold brews that she loves so much, or to check in on a colleague to just be sure that they're doing well. Oh, sugar beets. Nellie is out of treats, and we need a sticky note for that too. Kara's warmth and kindness are what catch you. Her passion, care, and intentional action to support her students, staff, and families, and her colleagues is what really makes you admire her. as a leader, a colleague, and a friend. I am so honored to give this inaugural award to the principal of Central Park Elementary, Kara Stark. That was so fun. All right, we are on to recognizing years of service. And just like last year, we have the best person to do this. He knows, I think, every single person in the room, and we're just pleased that he's here. Jeff Jaster, come on up to recognize our years of service.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. One of my duties is to oversee human resources. So for the past year, I've been working with our colleagues down at Central Office to try to do the best that I can for that role. One of the things that people may not realize, especially in a district the size of Midland, is that the process of staffing a district like this really begins shortly after the new year. So in February, really, we're collecting information from students about course requests, enrollment, and then from there, you determine your staffing needs, and really by spring break, you've moved on to looking at what postings we're going to need and all those things. So to begin with, I would like to have anybody that has been hired since last spring to now first just stand up to be recognized, and I'm going to share which employee groups are covered by those folks. So please stand up if you're one of our new hires. Thank you. If you could, please remain standing if you are also a graduate of MPS, because we have a few of those as well who have come back to work. Your former teachers love to see that their hard work paid off. So that's great. So of the group of folks who just stood up to be recognized, there are 34 certificated staff that were hired. Of that group, 6 were administrators. There were 28 that have joined the ranks of the MCEA. We also had, in other employee groups, we've had 2 new administrative assistants, 22 new paraprofessionals for the district, 2 new staff at the pre-primary center, also 2 new workstation techs. We've added co-ops, 3 managers, and then a new member at the grounds and maintenance building as well. So we've been very busy over the course of the summer. And now, to get also to the years of service recognition, I think you're going to see some slides with names on them. Am I right, JR? Yes, we are. Very good. All right. So I am still going to go through all the names, and if you would, for each category, please stand to be recognized. So first, for those who have just achieved 10 years of service as of June 30th, 2024. We'll start with Melissa Ahern. And hold your applause to the end, please. I don't want to mess that up. Melissa Ahern, please stand. Christine Brillhart, Chandra Bromley, Brian Brutin, Kelly Caldwell, Amy Crowley, Megan Cummins, Amy Dene, Sarah Dowdy, Raymond Haskins, Tricia Jendretsky, my apologies, I got a little ahead of myself, Angela Johnson, Kayla Lamfield, Victoria Merrill, Catherine Morden, Chelsea Sauve, Wendy Schultz, Rebecca Stern, Jessica Studebaker, Logan Tickle, Joshua Tusinat, Jennifer Williamson, and Laura Willanen. 10 years of service. Thank you. Next category, 20 years of service. We'll start with Karen Ansel, Suzanne Barbu, Nancy Barnard, Kelly Berry, Jill Bisher, Melinda Coyle, Robert Fox, Andrew Fry, Leslie Goldhart, Jody Kook, Rochelle Mays, Leisha Porter, Patricia Ross, and John Streeter. 20 years of service. Congratulations. "25 years of service." These are your veterans that you want to talk to, like Penny has been mentioning all day. Jennifer Brennis, Barbara Camp, Brent Chambers, Sarah DeGroat, Carrie Fascio, Hazel Gilbert, Sylvia Galvadis, Christina Griffiths, Amy Guzman, Lori Hallberg, Kimberly Hilliard, Lisa Lauer, Stephen Markey, John Mulvaney, Sean Murray, Keith Seibert, David Smith, Jody Spear, Rebecca Stinson, Jason Watkins, and Andrew Zimmer. 25 years. Funny how these get smaller. These slide. Okay, 30 years of service. Did I miss something? Oh, right there. Gotcha. Heather Avales, Anthony Bauer, David Gilbert, Angela McMath, Mitchell Moe, Tina Schulteis, Katie Stearns, Jeffrey Yoder, and then Paula Young Anderson. 30 years of service. +30. Stacy Capua, Linda Sizik, Patricia Clancy, Mark Francisco, Mark Hackbarth, Mary Beth Hall, Lori Kiffmiller, Kimberly Mead, Michael Mogenberg, Mark Naffey, Mary Sanborn, Angela Schmidt, Karina Sensabaugh, Kim Sheldrake Formsma, Bridget Sova, Pamela Taylor, Sharon White, and Mary Zeitler. Congratulations. Now, 40+. 2 people. Congratulations, and we appreciate all you've done, Mr. Timothy Chisholm and also Lori Kesmerick. Yep. Okay, my last recognition for the morning is to just by name go through our retirees since last school year. And so they obviously aren't here today. They're enjoying coffee someplace. But we'll start with Lori Anderson, Pamela Andrews, Carol Bremer, Joanne Coates, Mary Curtis, Dirk DeBoer, Sharon DeReese, Jennifer Doran, Joan Douglas, Beth Farling, Curtis Gledhill. Kurt works at ACE, by the way, if anybody knows Kurt. Kelly Guntert, Paula Hopkins, Vicki Gines, Yvette Kalinowski, Judith Knopik, Jeffrey Lauer, Lynette Marino, Eric Metner, Catherine Mativa, Paul Pendred, Judith Paulette, Ernest Seebeck, Luann Skrasinski, and Melissa Toner. Congratulations to our retirees. And it is my pleasure to hand off again to Principal at Midland High School, Tila Sherman, and then Katie Bell Pierce from the United Way. Thank you.
Hi everyone, can you hear me okay? I'm a little shorter than the last guy. I'm Katie Bell Pierce, Corporate Relationship Manager at United Way of Midland County. I have the honor today to talk a little bit about the good work that United Way is doing in the community, and then Tila will talk about specifically the Midland Public Schools campaign. So I just want to start off by saying how much I love the energy in the room. You are a very impressive group of individuals, and we are so lucky to have you in Midland County. Okay, cool. I'm not going to be able to see my slides, so I'll do that a lot. So I wanted to start off with really sharing this year's campaign theme. It is Together We Can Change Their Story. This one really resonated with me personally. I can think of a few instances in my life where I had a person come in and change my story. And not just the story that necessarily was the path that I was walking, but the story that I was telling myself. And I know, given the work that you do, you could also maybe think of a mentor in your life that changed your story, or maybe there's that student that you got through and was able to change their story as well. So really the point around this theme is to change the story from hardship to hope. Next slide. So a little bit about United Way for those who are not familiar. We are an impact organization. We measure success by changing people's lives. We invest in 56 programs across 26 partner agencies. These programs fall under 3 pillars: health, youth success, and household stability. We really believe those are the pillars to have a thriving life. Next slide. So I wanted to spend a little bit of time today talking about ALICE. ALICE is an acronym: Asset Limited Income Constrained Employed. These are hardworking individuals in our community. They're working 40 hours a day, multiple jobs. They are the families that you are serving, the families you see every day at church, the grocery store. They are hardworking individuals that just have enough money to make ends meet, but not enough to really have that savings account, that emergency fund. We often talk about that this population is one emergency into falling into poverty. So an example that I like to use is sort of a personal one. I was coming home from Girls on the Run. I'm a Girls on the Run coach, and my tire pops. Luckily, I'm fine. I was able to get my spare on. I go to Costco. They tell me that it's not just the one tire, but it's all 4 tires. $800. Pretty steep, but I guess that's just what tires cost. Fortunately enough for me, I have a savings account. I was able to purchase those tires. They get on my car, and I'm on my way. For someone in the ALICE population, that might not be the case. They might not have that $800 in their savings account, and if they do, it's probably allocated to something else. Next slide, please. So now they have to face this decision. Do I get the tires, or do I pay for rent? Do I get the tires, or do I buy groceries this week? Often, they don't even have that savings account, so now we have to go without the tires. That means I have to call into work. My child doesn't go to childcare, might lose their spot. It just spirals into this big ordeal over just happenstance. So at United Way, we're really focusing on supporting this population to get them over that one hurdle to continue on thriving. You see up here, this says ALICE Essentials. Really, these are people essentials. These are everything everyone in this room needs to survive. Recently, we added technology to this slide as well, because we know how integral technology is in our life. As I mentioned before, people in the ALICE population, they really have to decide one or the other. The thing that typically goes is healthcare. I can skip that 6-month teeth cleaning in order to buy groceries or pay rent. Next slide, please. This is just regional numbers where we're looking in terms of ALICE and poverty population. I know that we all work in Midland County, but we may live in other communities, so it's just nice to have that data. Next slide, please. So what are we doing at United Way? Well, to support the ALICE population and how you can help. Well, the first thing is through giving to the United Way campaign. Like I mentioned before, we fund 56 programs across 26 partner agencies. All of those programs are really focused on supporting the ALICE population. A scholarship for childcare relieves some of that survival budget, so instead of paying for childcare, they can buy groceries that week. Another thing that we're doing with United Way, we started an innovative program called LIFT. It's leveraging income for tomorrow. It lives in 211, which is a resource hotline. We were finding that when people were calling 211 that fell under that ALICE threshold, they didn't qualify for any of the resources. So instead of saying no, they are now referred to Will in the LIFT program, and he's able to leverage other resources in the community to help. Also, we are advocating at the state and federal level for this population. Next slide, please. So you'll see a lot of the stories come through in your emails throughout the campaign and posters on the wall. These are real live people in Midland County. We've obviously changed their names to keep that anonymity, but these are people that have their stories have been changed thanks to the funding of United Way. This particular example is of a man named Trevor. Him and his wife, he had an unexpected surgery, and then shortly after, she lost her job. So they were really exactly what I'm describing earlier, in that place where, what are we gonna do? How can we get help? Their landlord actually suggested that they call 211 and were referred to through the LIFT program, as I mentioned, and was able to get that critical rent assistance. Next slide. Oh, you're up. Thank you so much.
Me again. Nope, my heart rate has not gone down yet. I'm Tila Sherman, I'm the principal at Midland High School, but I'm also the chair and liaison for the United Way for MPS. When Katie and I started planning this last spring, she said, remember when Paul presented a few years ago, pre-COVID, and it moved the room to tears? I don't think there was a dry eye in the room. Does anybody remember that speech? Yeah. Paul, you remember it? Good, thank you. You have a good memory? I was like, I don't want to ask people to share those stories. I don't know, that's time crunch, it's a tight year. And as I got to thinking, I thought maybe perhaps I could share just a bit of my story. Not for sympathy or empathy, rather just to help you connect a face to this work. I grew up in very urban Denver, and I was raised by a single mother. We grew up in generational poverty, dysfunction. My father was incredibly abusive physically and emotionally to my mother. We would often find ourselves in parking lots of grocery stores hiding out. We didn't have a resource like United Way to support us. We had no idea that there were resources like that. You just kind of worked through it. I have fought my entire life to never have my current life resemble what I grew up in. We have families that we serve in our schools. We have neighbors that live in our neighborhoods that are doing the same thing that I had to do growing up. You give so much to your students inside the building, but we still have families in the Midland community that need help. The Midland campaign, the Midland United Way campaign can help them. Last year, MPS was incredibly generous, and we raised over $15,000. So thank you for giving if you did. We will continue that trend. This year, the Midland Public Schools goal is $20,000. Is that slide up there? Yay, it is. Okay, today is the start of this is the kickoff. So we go through August 12th through the 30th. This campaign, some of you might say, I can barely pay my bills. Totally get it. But I want to give you just a bit of perspective. I too like the cold brews at Starbucks, Kara. Can you go to the next slide, JR? Thank you. Nope, one more. Sorry. Is it in? There it is. Haha. All right. If you give $1 per week, the cost of a candy bar provides over 200 pounds of nutritious food to a struggling family. $5 per week, the cost of our coffee, provides gas cards for 5 cancer patients to ensure they can travel to their care. $10 per week, the cost of a weekly movie, provides hands-on job skills for at least 2 individuals. $20 per week, the cost of a weekly manicure. That's a cheap manicure. Where are they going? Provides materials to build and install a ramp, making a home accessible. $30 per week, the cost of a weekly dinner. Again, that's a cheap dinner. Out provides 15 nights of shelter and counseling for a survivor of violence in their child. That got me. $50 per week, the cost of a weekly round of golf, provides 8 students with a reading tutor scholarship. Can you go back, JR? Thank you. So not that you need incentives after we talk about, these are people in the community, in our community. The cool thing about our United Way is the money that you give goes directly to families in the Midland community. Believe it or not, we do have families here that live on dirt floors. So here's incentives, if you need them. August 12th through 16th, teachers and administrative incentives. There will be 4 winners. The superintendent, myself, or somebody from the superintendent staff will sub your class. Admin, I just think you'll just get a high five, maybe a lunch. So I am not subbing your building. We'll be the guest teacher in your class for 1 hour, so you can actually have like a real live lunch where you can sit and eat the whole lunch, allowing you to have an extended lunch. And of course, we will be providing that lunch for you. And by we, I mean Ann down here that's in charge of money. Right? Okay, great. August 19th to the 23rd, the support staff incentive, exactly the same. I don't know what that would look like because there's not going to be a sub to help you, but we will provide you lunch. There will be 4 winners of that. August 26th through the 30th, this is the all-staff incentive. There's 3 winners. MPS will give $350 to a school, classroom, or a United Way partner agency of your choice, which is pretty cool. And then August 16th through the 30th, all staff participation incentive. So this is where it gets really competitive, and just saying, Midland High won last year, just saying. You get the winners of this, whatever building or group wins gets a coffee truck in front of your organization, and you get free coffee, not for the day, just for the morning, but you get free coffee for that. So please participate. This does go through the 30th. You will have, if you have any questions, of course, you can email me, but you have an ambassador in your building. Your principal will notify you today who that ambassador is, that you can connect to them, and they will help you. You will start to get bombarded with emails. Here's the goal, and here's the way to make the emails stop. Our goal is to get 100% participation. You can't share the link that comes directly to you because that is a personalized link. So you click on that link. You can even choose Yep, there it is. No gift. If you scroll down and click no gift, just because you can't or you don't want to, that's fine. You click on no gift, it'll stop the emails, but that also counts as participation. So again, 100% participation, we can certainly, I think we can accomplish that relatively easily. Again, to get these emails to stop, log in to that link, click no gift or clicked gift. No gift is too small, guys. You can see even $5 will go a long way. Anything else, Katie? Thank you so much for your generosity. I would now like to call up somebody who is a bit shy, I think, Miss Katie and Miss Chelsea, talking about Teachers of Tomorrow.
If you're interested in going into teaching, do it.
Got that feeling in your heart. You were born for greatness. Everything is yours for taking. You're the diamond in the rough. Now it's time to seize your day.
It's a great career path. I love every single day.
I have the best career in the world. I think there's no matching it.
And I thought teaching is where I could make the most difference in the world.
It's a great career to be in. It's the profession that makes all other professions possible. What could be better than that?
I'm right on that front edge of having an effect on the future, and that's a very fulfilling part about teaching that a lot of careers don't have.
They might not see it now, but just like I didn't see it when I was in 7th grade, when you think back, you might think, oh, that teacher believed in me even when I didn't believe in myself.
This is an incredibly rewarding occupation, one that will give back to you so much.
I don't think it's my job to inspire and change the world. I think it's my job to inspire the kids to change the world.
It has been the most rewarding, wonderful profession, and I can't imagine me doing anything else.
It takes a lot of heart to go into teaching and to put your love into what could be called a job, but ultimately you're building connections with the students, you're building connections with the staff, and you're helping the kids to have these opportunities that they might not otherwise have.
You build a bond for the whole year with these kids, and it carries with them throughout their whole education.
Every day is an opportunity to speak life or joy into someone's life, and or hopefully some knowledge and skills as well.
And I want them to leave my class knowing about my content, but I want them to leave my class knowing that I cared for them, I was there for them, and they always have someone on their side.
Helping potential teachers realize that this could be their calling, I think is really important.
Life behind what a teacher goes through on a daily basis, I think would be invaluable for kids.
Talk to us, engage with us, and we can get you set up and get your feet wet while you're still young.
Given a space where students can explore education and what that, as tomorrow's educators, what that might look like, it can only have a positive impact on the teaching profession and with those students.
I know there's a lot of young people that maybe they're intimidated by the idea of becoming a teacher, but it's something that they want to try. They can do it.
Getting into just different teachers' classrooms and maybe shadowing them or working with them and looking at it instead of at the perspective of a student sitting at the desk, from the perspective of being in front of the room and how would you manage this, or what would you do in this situation, or do you have any ideas? What would you bring?
I would say that if you're thinking about being a teacher, go try it out. Go to a classroom, even if it's just one day.
Well, just having that opportunity to be with people that already know that that's something that they're interested in, I think would have been so fulfilling and so rewarding for me as a learning opportunity. It would have felt very personal and something that I was very interested in.
Is a great way for kids to get started and find out that this is something that they could potentially do and really make a difference in young kids' lives.
I think it's a fabulous opportunity for kids to really, see the ins and outs of what it is like to be a teacher.
If it's something that you're passionate about, go do it. And you will make a difference.
And this is the career path where you can make a difference and you can change the world.
Like, that is my favorite thing about teaching, when you go, oh, I get it. It gives me goosebumps, and that's why you do it.
Good morning, MPS. As Tila introduced us, I'm Chelsea Bergen. I'm a teacher at Dow High School.
And Katie Stearns, teacher at Midland High.
And for those of you that were here last year, this probably feels like a little bit of a deja vu moment because we were up here last year. You watched that video last year. But like I told Penny this morning, sports teams have like their walkout song, like the video is like our walk-up song. And so we're really excited to be here again because last year we spoke to you about how MPS had received a grant from the state to start running a club for students who are interested in career and education, the kind of grow your own program concept. So all of you that are here today that are MPS graduates, to continue that. And we are really excited because we are running the class this year in both of our high schools. The club throughout the last year has given us an opportunity to start to get into the focus of the target students who are interested. And many of those students who attended club meetings throughout the year are going to be in our classes this year. So it's a unique structure class because they will be with us every day for the first semester. And then shortly after we come back from our winter break, they'll be only with us 2 days a week, and they will be in one of your classrooms on the days in between. So Katie's gonna talk to you a little bit more about why we're really here today, because we need a little bit of help from you. So she's gonna talk to you a little bit about the mentorship program.
Thanks, Chelsea. So as Chelsea mentioned, first semester with us, kind of establishing, whatever it is, we're figuring that out. No, we've got it. Classroom expectations, that sort of thing. But second semester, we're super excited to get them in your classrooms. And so that's where we need some mentor teachers. And so behind me, I believe, is this awesome QR code that's going to lead you to a Google form to just, so we can start to see who's interested in maybe being a mentor teacher. Right now, the parameters are pretty simple. Be in elementary or middle school. Sorry, high school, because we have high school students, we're trying to maybe avoid having them in the high school classrooms right now. So right now, ideally, we do have some students who are interested in high school, so we might steer them to the 8th grade classrooms if we can partner them with 8th grade classrooms. So ideally, middle and elementary school teachers. Also, we'd like to look for teachers who have been teaching for 3 or more years. That doesn't mean you have to be a Midland Public Schools 3 or more years. So Jack, that means you can do, sorry. So as long as you've been teaching for 3 years, again, new teachers, that's not that you don't have a wealth of knowledge to share, but you're also trying to figure some things out as well. So we're looking for teachers 3 or more years, but not necessarily just in Midland Public. And these are high school students. Ideally, we're looking for about 3 days a week, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays in your classroom. And we will go over all of what that looks like throughout first semester with you. But today, we're just looking at interest. So QR code. And yes, you can use your phones now if you want. And we will also email this to all of the principals, the middle school and elementary school principals. We ask that you maybe share this over the next couple of days. I know you have a lot going on, but Chelsea and I would just like to get some interest, who's involved, so we can start getting that list together and then touch base with each of you and get that ball rolling so we can get that set up for our students. We're geeked. I mean, every time I see that video, it's like, oh my gosh. And we've met several times this summer, and we're really excited to get this really going. So, and the students are really excited. So thank you for partnering with us, and we look forward to launching some new teachers for us. So thank you.
It's me. Thanks for the introduction. Thank you, Chelsea and Katie. I have a feeling they're going to find a way to get into every opening session from here until eternity, and I'm good with that because they bring a lot of energy and excitement, and I love our opening session, how it really highlights all of you. So thank you. This program is absolutely special. If you didn't catch the QR code, it will go out to you via email with the actual link as well as the QR code. I know some of you prefer a direct link over a QR code. Okay. Our next portion, again, somewhat similar to last year. We are an exceptional educational institution. We have excellence everywhere. Last year, I shared with you, and it remains true, we're in the top 5% of high-achieving districts across the state. We have award-winning music programs, art programs, world language programs, clubs, athletic teams, CTE, you name it. We're elite, and we really value that, and we know it's because of the work that you all do with students. We have hundreds of students volunteering in our community, and we value that just as much as we value academic excellence. Each year, we have more students accessing IB learning experiences, which is just really remarkable, the rich experience they get in PYP and in our high school IB-DP program. For these reasons and so many more, again, we are a district of excellence, and I think what truly makes us excellent is that we keep really leaning into our vision statement to ensure that all students achieve success. Last year, we had 3 of our administrator colleagues, Kara, Keith, and Eric, who shared with us their perspective about those first 3 words in our vision statement: trust, respect, and courage. And it really helped us create a common understanding of how we want to interact with one another and how we will hold one another accountable to that high standard. We've done the same thing again this year. Our admin team, with the help of our DEI director, you know her as Joy. She's right over here. Good morning, Joy. We tussled with this last part of our vision statement. What does it really mean to have an equitable, collaborative, and inclusive culture? And I'm really excited for you to hear from more of our colleagues this year so that we can create a shared meaning of what these words mean. Please help me welcome, and it's a list, Tracy Renfro, Adams Principal, Shannon Panasic, Elementary Literacy Specialist. One more time, Tila, you're here with us, come on up. Jim Worley is joining her, he's a teacher at Midland High. Shannon Blasy, we've seen her already this morning, Principal of Jefferson. And Adam Gardner-Northrup, who I think is backstage, waiting to make a grand appearance. Come on out.
Good morning. My name is Tracy Renfro, and I'm proud to be the principal at Adams Elementary, and I'm here with Shannon Panasic, our Adams Literacy Specialist, and we are honored and excited to talk about equity in education. Equity in education ensures that each student has access to resources, opportunities, support, and a high-quality education to reach their full potential regardless of their background or circumstances. It looks and feels like the following: upholding high standards and expecting excellence for everyone, differentiating strategies to meet diverse needs, and providing multiple pathways to success. It also looks and feels like building positive relationships and generally knowing students and colleagues, empowering students and staff to take actions for continuous improvement, and lastly, and most importantly, it is identifying and eliminating barriers to success. What does equity look like in your classroom? We believe that equitable classroom practices consist of welcoming your students by name as they enter the classroom and pronouncing their names correctly, making culturally appropriate eye contact with all students, using body language, gestures, and expressions to convey a message that all students' questions and opinions are valued. It is ensuring that your bulletin boards and instructional materials and other visuals reflect the racial, ethnic, and cultural backgrounds represented by students. Using class and team building activities to promote peer support for academic achievement, which includes structuring academic and social interactions between students as well as goal setting. And it's explicitly teaching collaborative learning skills to students, then providing opportunities for cooperative groups to process and reflect on how well they have accomplished the task. To be a little more specific, Shannon is now going to share how the elementary buildings are ensuring equity in the area of literacy.
Thank you.
Equity in literacy means ensuring that every student, regardless of background, ability, or circumstance, has access to the resources and the support that they need to thrive in reading, writing, and critical thinking. At the elementary level, we have embraced this principle wholeheartedly by implementing a guaranteed and viable literacy curriculum. Our district has also invested in a diverse range of reading materials that reflect the varied interests and identities of our student body. From classic literature to graphic novels, our library and classroom shelves are stocked with books and resonate with all learners. We prioritize inclusive teaching practices that cater to different learning styles and abilities while ensuring all students have equal access to the curriculum. Our educators participate in continuous professional development to implement strategies like differentiated small group reading instruction, reading and writing workshop, and technology integration, ensuring that every student can engage meaningfully with literacy. Beyond the classroom, our school communities actively promote a culture of reading and writing. We host author visits, writing clubs, and writing workshops that encourage students to explore their creativity and broaden their literacy knowledge. Lastly, we are committed to fostering a love of lifelong learning among our students and staff by creating a supportive environment where everyone feels valued and empowered to express themselves through words. We are nurturing the next generation of critical thinkers and communicators.
At Midland Public Schools, equitable experiences are not just a goal, but a fundamental commitment. Through inclusive practices, diverse resources, and ongoing support, we are ensuring that every member of our school community has the tools they need to succeed. When we ensure equity in education, we make a commitment to help each and every student and staff member succeed. We hope you join us in ensuring equity for all of the MPS community this school year.
Yeah. Hi. Okay. Hi. I'm Tila Sherman, the very proud principal of Midland High School. With the help of my esteemed colleague, Jim Worley, we would like to celebrate the power of collaboration in education.
Yeah, I was thinking about this a lot over the last couple of weeks. I was watching the Olympics on TV, and something hit me as I was watching all of those events. No matter the event, no matter the sport, no matter the event, despite all of these great individual accomplishments, the word team was emphasized a lot, right? The gymnastics team, the basketball team, right? Team USA. And it reminded me, Tila, that when you address us at Midland High, you frequently refer to us as a team, whether it's in a small group, whether it's a department meeting, whether it's an all-staff meeting, you use the word team a lot. It's at the beginning of your emails, it's at the openings of your meetings, and I think it's pretty cool, and I know you were a big-time long-distance runner in college and all that stuff, so I'm wondering, is this like a coincidence, or are you like channeling your inner Olympian here?
Of course I want to be an Olympian. Both. The word team implies collaboration, which is the heart of our school community. It's the process of all of us, teachers, parents, students, and community members, coming together to achieve a common goal, collective efficacy, as I was taught. By sharing and honoring our diverse perspectives, knowledge, skills, ideas, and resources.
That is a great answer. Great job. I think the judges will give us at least a bronze medal for that one. Okay? But let's try to go a little bit higher up the podium, okay? Let's do that. Let's talk about what it looks like in practice. All right, so I'm going to make a little bit of a confession to you all, right? Early in my career, I spent a lot of time in my classroom just by myself. Right? I would plan my instruction, and I would try to devise like the perfect lesson plan to reach every single student in my classroom for every single period. All right? And I had this attitude, and it was don't bother me, just let me work alone in my classroom, leave me alone so I can get stuff done. Because I figured that the only person who knew how to reach my students was me.
Ew. That sounds super sad and lonely, and perhaps a little bit negligent.
Yes, it was all of those things. It was also counterproductive and exhausting. But as I talked to more and more of my colleagues, I realized how energizing and downright inspiring it is to bounce ideas off of my colleagues and get great ideas from them in return. Conversations, whether it's informal discussions or through PLCs, help me hone my craft in ways that would have been impossible if I had just barricaded myself in my room for my entire career. And it wasn't just with my fellow Midland High English teachers, who are amazing, by the way. It was all some of the best discussions I had. Some of my favorite professional experiences were when I worked with math teachers and science teachers and social studies teachers and learning coaches, special ed teachers, all right? And we would finally hone the craft and the work over the fine details of classroom instruction.
Okay, that might be worth a silver medal. Maybe go a little bit further.
Okay, so here's what we would do. I would meet up with my learning coach, and we would discuss the lessons and activities, right? I called it pre-game planning. And then I would ask some of my colleagues, some of my friends from around the school, to come in from various departments and observe me, and then even participate as if there were students in my class. And afterwards, for the whole class, by the way, the whole hour, and then afterwards we would go back with the coaches and have what I call the post-game breakdown. We would discuss all of these instructional moves. It was so inspiring. It was so invigorating. It was so rewarding.
So good collaboration means none of us works in isolation. If we do, we're doing ourselves and our students a disservice. This work as educators is way too challenging and important to do it alone. When we collaborate with our learning coaches, our colleagues, and our students, great things happen.
I'm glad you mentioned students, because we have to keep them in mind too. See, I'm a journalism teacher and a publications advisor, and for that, collaboration is at the heart of a high-functioning newspaper. I always say I teach the class, but I do not run the Focus newspaper. The student journalists do that. My job is to guide them through the highly collaborative process of creating something that they can be proud of. And when it works, well, that's just one of the most authentic learning experiences I can possibly imagine. And I have not even mentioned our school's partnership with the parents.
I can take care of that. I love working with parents. Sometimes when they call and leave a voice message, I'll call back, and there are moments where I'm like, don't pick up, I'll just leave a voice message. Or they send me a scathing email, which of course rarely happens. Picking up the phone and collaborating with them about their child is the most impactful experience. In addition to that, the Midland Chemic Parent Partners are exactly that. They are partners. They are a group of parents who meet regularly to support our students and our staff throughout the school year. We have one that actually waters our plants and weeds our gardens. We are especially thankful for the buffet lunches and breakfast. They're going to provide breakfast tomorrow. And breakfasts. I don't know how to say that word, Kelly. Breakfast for us on PD days. And the beverage cart they take through school every few months just to bring a little sunshine into our lives.
I just want to say here that I love the beverage cart because it's a chance for me to get hot coffee delivered right to my classroom while I am teaching class. That alone is worth the gold medal.
You see, there's Olympic caliber strength to be found in our peers, teams, mentors. But to unlock that strength, we need to communicate openly and listen actively. If we do that, we create an environment where everyone thrives.
So, friends, colleagues, collaborators, let's continue to embrace collaboration, fostering an inclusive and supportive atmosphere for all. Thank you all for your dedication and commitment to our shared vision.
Team, here's to another year of working together and making a difference.
Y'all are intimidating. I'm at 122, so. Today, Shannon and I want to talk about an aspect of teaching, a fundamental aspect of education that goes beyond textbooks and test scores. It's an aspect of education that is very, very personal to me and truly shapes the very essence of our school community, and that is inclusion. As a student who grew up feeling very excluded in middle and high school, I knew teaching in middle and high school was my true calling. I have made a conscious effort over the last 18 years in education to make my classroom centered around inclusion. We have a profound responsibility to create an environment where every student feels valued, heard, and seen. And I do want to stress the every student aspect of that sentence. When we think about inclusion, we tend to think about taking those outliers in our schools and our communities and making them feel a part of our room, which is absolutely an essential piece. But it's not just bringing in the kids that don't feel involved. It's creating a culture in your classroom, in your office, in your cafeteria, on your playground, where each and every kid, basketball star, theater geek, work together to do what we do. When inclusion is truly at the heart of your everyday classroom vibe, it transforms your room into something that you're trying to do to just the way it is, and your kids notice that. Something I know every single one of us can get behind is that my classroom, being a center of inclusion, has virtually eliminated discipline referrals. I cannot remember the last time I had a discipline referral. My students' achievement levels have grown exponentially because every kid feels like they have a place to belong.
To truly include every student, we must first give them a safe space to discover who they are. This means creating an environment where students feel secure enough to explore their interests, express their thoughts, and develop their identities. We need to foster a culture where vulnerability is not just allowed, but encouraged. Whether through artistic expression or academic pursuits, we should provide opportunities for students to share themselves and feel that their contributions are worthwhile. One effective way to achieve this is by actively promoting clubs and extracurricular activities. Clubs offer students a chance to connect with peers who share their passions, and they provide a platform for students to build relationships outside the traditional classroom setting. By supporting a diverse range of clubs, we cater to various interests and help students find their niche in the community. But connecting students to the school goes beyond just offering clubs. It's about making purposeful decisions as a whole school. We need to ensure that every student sees a place for themselves within our school's culture. This means making deliberate choices about the experiences that we offer and the way we engage with our students. Whether it's through special events, collaborative projects, or inclusive classroom practices, we must work together to make every student feel they have a reason to be here, a reason to participate, and a reason to succeed. As educators, we can't know it all. We rely on the strengths of each other, students and teachers alike, and administrators. By valuing diverse perspectives and ideas, we enrich our collective knowledge and improve our problem-solving abilities. No one person has all the answers, but together, we can create innovative solutions and foster a more inclusive environment.
It is truly essential that as a district we set aside our egos and focus on what matters, and that's the kids. Inclusion isn't about us. It's about creating a space where every student feels valued. It's about helping them realize their self-worth and ensuring they know that they're an integral part of the whole, not just an addition. Inclusion also means modeling vulnerability. We as a district need to be willing to put our own share our own experiences and admit when we don't have all the answers. By doing so, we show our students that it's okay to be imperfect, that it's okay to take risks and make mistakes. This modeling of vulnerability encourages students to express themselves more freely and engage more deeply in their learning. I have experienced this firsthand in my classrooms at Jefferson and Dow High. As a musician, a certain level of ego comes with the territory. But the number one statement I get from my graduating seniors is how much they appreciated adults admitting when they were wrong. They don't see that enough, and I can tell you they see it a lot in my classroom because I'm wrong a lot. In my classroom, mistakes are a thing to be celebrated, things we own up to, and we give so many high fives when people make outward bold mistakes. I'll be the first one in my room to admit when I don't know something or to own up to doing something wrong. And we take the time to sit and have conversations about those things that are wrong, especially when a student can call me on something that I did that was not correct. My students then see this as the freedom to screw up themselves. Granted, I do live in a different world than many educators. In the singing classroom, I ask my students to share a piece of themselves, a piece of their soul that stems from their physical self. I need my students to be able to feel absolutely safe in their classroom in order to get the kind of results that you hear come concert time. If a student feels excluded, if they feel scared to mess up, if they're afraid that their neighbor is going to make fun of them, if they have a voice crack when you're an 8th grade boy. Prioritize these principles, we not only enhance the educational experience, but also build a community where everyone feels where they belong. That's what we do at MPS. Thank you.
Thanks to all of you for having the courage to share your perspective, and apparently the heart rate thing is real for being up here in front of this crowd. I think it's so much more meaningful to hear from our peers and what this means to them in their practice. We certainly are so thankful to have Dr. Yang Chow, Dr. Joy as we know her, as our DEI director, but it's really when we understand and make meaning of these concepts and embody them in our classroom that we live into our vision statement. JR, I think in the spirit of time, we're gonna skip the turn and talk activity. We were gonna have a little fun. Yep, all right, thanks. I do want you to know, however, that later today you'll receive an email. It will have the link to Katie and Chelsea's survey, and then there is kind of a repeat of the survey that we did last year in a bit of a condensed version. We want to get your ideas, whether we hit the mark with these concepts and how we're describing them, and then get a pulse of how we're doing. Okay, I have a few more comments before we go. I know it's going to get old and you're probably going to make like little memes about it, but I will continue to say I am so proud to be your superintendent and to serve all of you and our families and our students and our school community. The way we're moving forward into our vision statement really makes me proud. The way that we're building collaboration in teams really makes me proud. Since we have not all been together since last year's opening session, I want to take a few minutes to just honor the progress that we've made together. Last year, you might remember, we talked about how trust is built over time. It's with every interaction that we have and you have together, and every fulfilled commitment that we deepen our trust. So I think it's important in our fast-paced life that we actually pause and reflect on the fulfilled commitments and the important work that we've done. Last year, I shared several areas of focus right here on the screen in our new color scheme. Community, student success, and leadership. We're just going to hit one or two highlights in each of those areas. To be a community, we need connection and communication, and last year I committed to fostering that kind of inclusive and trusting relationship that we want, that we would connect with one another and communicate more. I pledged to be visible, approachable, and engaged. And I got to tell you, y'all heard me because I was invited to so many classrooms and so many community events. I only wish I could have attended all of them, so thank you. Keep those invitations coming. We don't always know of the great things that are happening in your classroom, in your school, and when you let us know, we try to be there. Last year, Brian and Jeff, Jen Service, Melissa Toner, and I visited over 200 classrooms. We did visits and walkthroughs for our elementary literacy project, and we attended many, many school events. We feel very connected, that we have a good pulse of what's happening in the schools. We held our administrative meetings out in schools, and you all noticed that as well. Again, an opportunity to see you, connect with you, and get a real pulse of what's happening. We launched the Superintendent Student Advisory Team, which was extra special fun for me. We had a group of students from Dow High, Midland High, and Paths that met monthly, and we just got a better sense of what their student experience is, and we're going to use that input to make some positive changes in that environment. We attended PTO meetings, booster meetings, all kinds of district community events, as well as broader community events, and we really re-energized the partnerships we have across the community. Our leadership team actively worked to connect with you and families and parents and students, and we have received overwhelmingly positive feedback. I'm hearing from many of you that our culture is shifting, that you're feeling valued and seen and heard. We know this is ongoing work. We might never reach the perfect culture, but we will keep trying and moving in that direction. Give me a thumbs up or just a power clap if you feel we're moving in the right direction with our culture. Okay, so we have more work to do. Student success. Teaching and learning are at the heart of what we do. We talked about this last year and our sharp focus on student learning and growth. And again, you all did not disappoint. When we were out in classrooms, we noticed paraprofessionals providing really intentional interventions. We noticed our teachers trying new, interesting strategies that were evidence-based. We noticed our front office staff really connecting with students and families with empathy and compassion. We also noticed our special services team and all of our support staff working hard to meet those individual needs of students. Well, I believe that our state growth and achievement data is just one measure of our overall success. I think when we get our results here this fall, we're going to be proud of the gains we've made, and it's because of the work that you all have been doing. These gains will be because of your commitment this past year and your actions in collaborating in professional learning communities in our secondary schools, in our elementary schools. You've been meeting in your grade level teams, really digging into the units of study and those essential literacy practices. We're going to keep strengthening our Tier 1 instruction. We're going to keep working in those collaborative structures, creating a real sense of collective efficacy. Leadership. Last year, I committed as your interim superintendent to serving and leading with respect, trust, and courage, and doing that with flexibility, clarity, and integrity. And I am so thankful that you believed in me. The superintendent search process was extensive, to say the least, and honestly, there's nothing like being interviewed. I mean, they've all left now, but 7 board members, and it's live streamed out to the community, and it's recorded for everyone to watch and critique over and over, and I had to do that twice. Like, I make light of it. It was a pretty grueling process, and as much as I want to make light of it, I took it very seriously. The opportunity to lead you and to lead our school community is no joke, and I want you to know that I am committed to our collective success. Thank you for trusting me to continue leading. And all those little notes of encouragement, the texts, the emails, the cute little cards, I'm really keeping those forever. So thank you for that. Another point of pride for our district is the responsible use of our COVID relief funds. You all know we received numerous dollars, many dollars in COVID relief funds. And it was Lori Holderby, part of why she was honored today, her work along with the grant team and John McClelland and Kim Funnell and a whole host of people, tons of work behind the scenes to really use those dollars in meaningful ways to support students and to support you, and I'm really proud of how we did that. As you know, we increased academic supports with additional interventionists, summer learning programs, and literacy resources in our elementaries. We developed mental health and social emotional systems of support for our students, and we really used those funds very strategically and intentionally. And because of our collaboration with principals, our admin team, our MyKIP teams, our teacher leaders, our grant team, anybody who wanted to collaborate, we have positioned ourselves very well to continue many of those activities into the coming years. So thank you for your collaboration and your intensity in really using those supports. Let's shift our focus to the coming year. So the slide looks the same, right? Here's the deal. We have received feedback from you all that we're on the right track, and we're committed and focused, and we know when that happens, when you have intensity and focus and commitment, and you have that persistence and perseverance, that's when you start to see the big gains. So these will remain our areas of focus. I want to just pause as we look to this coming year and introduce 2 of our new team members. They're sitting down here in the front. Please help me welcome Dr. Ken Weaver. He will serve as our Associate Superintendent of Curriculum, Instruction, and Assessment, and Anna Womack, who will serve as our Associate Superintendent of Facilities, Finance, and Operations. We're thrilled to have them on our team. They both have a proven record of success in their respective areas, and just as important, they are great humans. They really care about people and their well-being and supporting us and our goals. And so do Brian and Jeff. I won't forget them. They're down here, and they'll remain part of our team this year as well. So let's talk about, again, the fact that this next slide looks the same as the slide that we used to recap last year. Again, sustained focus and effort yields results. We believe that in our culture here at Midland Public, that if we're going to really create the success we want, that we have to keep working together in collaboration. We need to be inclusive and equitable. We will continue to tend to our culture this year, the way that we work and learn together, so that we can achieve those outcomes and everyone can achieve success. You will continue to see our team, plus the 2 new ones, out in schools just like we were last year. We're going to be in classrooms, and I love that now you just don't miss a beat when we walk in. You're not unnerved by the fact that we're stepping in to just enjoy and be part of what's happening in your classrooms. So thank you for being so welcoming. We are going to launch some new communication tools this year, so you will see that under this bucket of community. Our communications team has worked with Trapani Communications. They're a local communications and marketing firm here in town, and they have helped us refresh what used to be the superintendent communique, so you will see a new streamlined school community communication that will be launched here soon, and you will also receive a staff newsletter that is designed and targeted just for you so that you have information that matters to you most. Oh, good, I'm glad you're excited about it. Our social media presence will be amplified, and we're going to need you all. So when you have great things happening, okay, every day are great things happening, but when you have extra great things happening, let us know. Send a communication, send an email to me or the communications team to Sarah Dooley, and we're going to come out and get some photos or video footage or maybe just talk with you, and we want to get that out on social media. We want our community to have an inside view of what's happening and to understand what exceptional team members we have. So please don't hesitate to do that. We are going to, again, amplify that through social media, through our website, through our newsletter, and we are working hard to improve our relationships with local media outlets, so stay tuned for the things that you'll see in the Midland Daily News. We're also going to be using more short video messages to communicate with you in our school community. For those who know me, and I think it was Matt who said, you know, I make up new words as I go along. This is not my jam, being in front of people or recording myself or being in the spotlight, but I'm going to give it a try. So grace, patience, a little forgiveness. Those videos might not always be super polished and perfect, but they will be sincere, they will be short, and they will convey to you critical information and messaging that you need. I think some of those messages might come from other members of our leadership team too. So Brian's already doing the nose goes, but that doesn't work here. So stay tuned for some fun videos. Student success. We will keep pressing toward maximum growth, learning, and achievement for each student. It's why we're here. All the things you heard from our amazing colleagues today about collaboration and inclusion and equity, they're certainly the right work to do, but they also set such a strong foundation for success. I love how Adam talked about when he has that inclusive classroom, it allows students to really bring their best forward, and that's what we want. Certainly your best and our students' best. So you did hear me brag a few minutes ago about what an exceptional district we are, and you'll continue to hear that throughout the year. And again, part of what makes us special is that intensity and focus we have to ensure that every student reaches their full potential. You all are doing that through your collaboration in PLCs and grade level teams. We are going to amp up the collaboration this year. The person next to you is one of your best learning partners. Okay, I saw that. Everybody's looking next to him to check that out. I believe it's true. So know that we will continue. Okay, maybe the person behind you. I don't know. Somebody in proximity to you is your best learning partner. We are going to deepen that evidence-based practice of real collaboration through PLCs and our grade level structures. We are going to continue to deprivatize our practice because we are a community of learners and leaders and educators. And this will help us strengthen the student experience. So secondary schools, during your PLC and department time, you are going to keep analyzing those standards to sharpen that learning experience for students so that they know exactly what they need to know and be able to do when they leave your classroom, and we will have a true guaranteed and viable curriculum. Both our secondary and elementary teams, I'm going to ask you to really lean into coaching. We have made a big investment in expanding our elementary literacy specialists, their coaches, one per building, and now all 4 of our secondary schools also have a learning coach. These people are here to support you, individually and in teams, and I really need you to be brave and partner with that person. These are judgment-free zones. They are here, again, to help you. I'll also offer our SEL specialists. Where's Amanda? Our SEL specialist teams are prepared to provide coaching in those spaces as well. In our elementary schools, I didn't forget about you. We are going to continue, again, this phrase, deepen our implementation of our units of study and those essential literacy practices. This summer, we hosted our first Homegrown Institute, and we had Jen, how many? 40 teachers spend 4 intense days just steeped in those practices and those units of study, and they were energized and invigorated to start the year. We also are launching our partnership schools, 3 elementaries this year, 3 next year. This is high-quality job-embedded coaching and support for teachers and administrators. And I honestly can't think of another time in my 16 years here where we have provided such intentional, focused, high-quality support for teachers as they advance their work with this curriculum and these essential practices. An important side note, because I already can read some of your minds. My comments there were really maybe more focused on academic success, although all of our teachers are engaged in PLCs and grade level teams. I want to make it very clear that I absolutely value all of the other experiences that our students have in our schools. So we will continue preschool through graduation to place value on those skills and attributes that we know students need to be successful: critical thinking, creativity and innovation, reflection, communication skills, the list goes on and on. And we also will continue to place great value on the experiences that our students have in art, in music, in CTE, in world language, in our physical education classes, and all of those other electives, and that is not a diminishing word, because those experiences matter. Okay, so we're going to keep pressing for growth for students. Are you with me on that one? All right. Leadership. You all probably know by now the favorite part of my job is being in classrooms with you all and with our students, because we really understand the work that's happening, and we can take that back and make better decisions when we have a pulse of what's happening in our schools. So thank you again for opening your doors and allowing us to be in your classrooms. Again, I hope it feels like a low-risk endeavor. If not, talk to me, because I want it to feel just like we're friends coming in to spend some time with you and your students. All right, so again, we've received feedback from many of you as we've been out on our visits that our facilities aren't quite meeting your expectations in every way. We have teachers reminding us that they're kind of cramped in certain areas, or that maybe the features in your classroom aren't exactly what you need to provide the best learning experience for students. Last fall, I told you that we had completed a really thorough facility assessment, which included principals, athletic directors, and department leads walking through every inch of our building. That data was analyzed carefully. We have collaborated carefully with board members, and in December of '23, Brian and I presented to the Board of Education 76 slides. It was riveting. It was, though, a thorough review of the findings from that facility assessment and some scenarios or ideas that we could embrace moving forward for a potential bond proposal. Here's what we know. We know that we deserve, you deserve, our students deserve to have the very best learning environments. To maximize learning, we want you to have up-to-date modern facilities that reflect the exceptional pedagogical practices that you're using. So after that December presentation to the board, we paused briefly because we had to shift our focus to the operating millage. And thank you to all of you who came out in May of 23 to 24, it's 24, to support the operating millage. It was wildly successful, and we're so thankful our community has supported that the way that they have. So we paused, now we're back on the conversations about the facility assessment. And that will be a big focus of our effort this year. We will be out in the community seeking input very soon. We will have surveys and focus groups and many ways for you to learn what these possibilities are and to give us your insights. So please stay tuned. Every single person in this room, even you way up there in the back corner, will have an opportunity to give your input, and we need it. What we bring forward ultimately as a recommendation to the Board of Education in December, and the action they take will result in a bond proposal to our voters. And we want to make sure that that final plan is what we need now and into the future, and that our community will support that. So stay tuned for that. Okay. I want to open the mic. No, I'm kidding. That would be fun. Let's do that next year. Brian's shaking his head like that is your worst idea ever. And, can I just make a quick comment about the team? We talked a lot about collaboration today, and Anna and Ken are great additions to our team. Brian and Jeff and Jen and Melissa Toner last year, we made it through an interesting year with an interesting leadership model. The one thing I'm most proud of is that we're creating the kind of team that we want you all to be. I know I'm way off script. I'll be careful. It's the kind of team where you show up and you really grapple with the hard things and you say whatever needs to be said in the room, and any one of those people are willing to tell me that I'm way off base or that my idea stinks or that it needs a little tweak. We work through it, and then when we leave that room to go implement whatever the decision was, we click. We're a team. We have a decision, and we're all moving forward in the same way. And you can't put a price tag on that. And that is my hope for you as you work with your PLCs, your grade level teams, your MyKIP teams, and any configuration of a team that you're part of. So thank you, team. Yeah, they do. They deserve that. All right, team, thanks for your time and connection this morning. Here are my closing words. I want to thank you in advance for a couple of things. And I know that seems weird, but I had a mentor. I worked in Saginaw Public Schools before I came to Midland 16 years ago. And I worked at a career center where we had a lot of experts from their technical area come and teach either at the end of their career or near retirement. And so Carl, he's amazing, was our electricity teacher. He was a retired electrician and a retired journeyman electrician, master, he would remind me. And I taught Carl some things about how to teach, and Carl taught me a lot of things about life, and we were a great team. He would always say to his students or his parents, or if we were at our continuous improvement team meeting, because he chaired that team for a while, he would always say, thank you in advance for whatever we were doing, and it always felt a little goofy, quite frankly. And so one day I walked back to his shop with him, and I asked him why he did that, and he said, listen, girl, that's what he used to call me. It was okay back then. He said, listen, girl, when you thank people in advance, you're reminding them of the expectations that we hold together for one another. You're reminding them of our shared commitment to whatever that action is. And when you thank them in advance, you're sending a message that you absolutely believe in their ability to make it happen, to reach that goal, to live into those expectations. Carl's no longer with us. There was a great celebration of his life here a few years ago. I will always hold this little piece of truth that he gave me very dearly. And so I'm going to end with that today, because I believe in us and I believe in you. So thank you in advance for your passion and commitment to our students and to one another. Thank you in advance for taking a risk this year, for trying a new strategy, for leaning into your PLC or your elementary grade level team meeting, or whatever team structure you're in, for leaning into that, engaged, and ready to collaborate. Thank you in advance for your willingness to really live into our vision statement, to working toward our goal of having the most equitable, collaborative, and inclusive culture so that we can all reach our fullest potential. Building on our success and our hopes for the future, let's launch into this school year, the 24-25 school year, with enthusiasm, excitement, and an elevated commitment to work together to serve our students and to serve one another. Team, let's go get it. Have a great school year.